Most of us go to the beach to swim or take a relaxing walk. But what if we're to tell you that you can go treasure hunting as well? Of course, the word treasure here is used lightly. You might find really valuable things, or I don't know, say a giant eyeball. You never know. In today's Top 10, we're going to see the strangest things that have ever washed up on shore. Are you ready to be completely weirded out? We hope, because here we go. Number 1, Lego bricks. What would happen if 62 containers that were full of Lego bricks fell off a ship? I mean, this is not a mathematical or a theoretical problem, my friends. This is what actually happened on February 13, 1997. A big wave hit a ship, causing more than 4.8 million Lego pieces to be scattered in the sea. A lot of them washed up on the UK shores, leaving beachgoers stunned to say the least. In an even more colorful turn of events, these pieces were actually nautically themed. Since their adventure started, it was estimated that those Lego bricks traveled over 62,000 miles. Imagine avoiding stepping on a Lego piece at your house and then stepping on one of them in the sea. Yikes! Number 2, a giant driftwood. Finding pieces of wood on the beach is not something to write home about, but finding a piece of driftwood that's 10 feet in diameter and over 100 feet long, well, that's definitely something you don't only write home about, but also the newspapers. This superbly rare sight happened when this giant piece of driftwood washed up on the shore of the La Push Beach in Washington in the United States. The speculation is that strong wind or even windy storms managed to push it to the shore, but to us it looks like a giant mermaid was just clearing out their underwater garden and threw this further away than they expected. To each their own, my friends. Number 3, a HarleyDavidson. Yeah, a HarleyDavidson, like in the legendary motorcycle brand. It washed up on the coast of British Columbia, Canada. Imagine being the person who first saw it, a perfectly preserved, even though a bit rusty, HarleyDavidson coming out of the water like another Aphrodite. It's believed it was swept into the Pacific Ocean by the Japanese tsunami in 2011, and it came from Miyagi in northern Japan, and it belonged to a man named Ikuo Yokoyama. How did this Harley make this amazing sea voyage? We'll never know. Number 4, drugs. According to the Galveston, Texas police, $3.5 million worth of cocaine washed right up on the local beach. May of 2015 is when this happened, and it actually continued happening for a couple of months. The explanation was heavy storms made access to the Houston Ship Channel impossible, which led to increased scrutiny by the Coast Guard, which led traffickers throwing illegal drugs overboard. In fact, at some point in the same week, they had 6 bundles of drugs, with 4 of them containing marijuana and 2 cocaine. Must have been a pretty tricky investigation, am I right? Number 5, snowballs. Either you like snowy mountains or sandy beaches. You might even be a person who enjoys both, but combined? Well, let's just say the result looks weird. Not in a good sense either. In November 2016, thousands of snowballs appeared on a beach in Siberia. The photos from the phenomenon makes us think that some good things should never have been matched together. Apparently, the snowballs were formed by wind and cold weather and appeared on an 11-mile stretch on the Russian coastline at the Arctic Circle. Nature, eh? Number 6, softball-sized eyeball. Now, this is something that's straight out of a nightmare. Not even a normal nightmare, but a nightmarish nightmare. In 2012, the classic beloved Florida man found an eyeball that was the size of a softball on Pompano Beach. We don't know how the man managed through the shock of finding, well, a giant eye on the sea of all places, but he did contact the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, which retrieved the eyeball. After careful examination, it didn't belong to a mythical sea monster, but a super large swordfish, or at least that's what they're saying. Number 7, conjoined dolphins. Now, seeing a dolphin washed ashore, it's something you won't see every day, and it's actually quite sad when it does happen. But can you imagine seeing conjoined dolphins? Suddenly the sadness is gone, well, for the time being at least, and you're left with feelings of horror and curiosity. This 2-headed dolphin washed up on a beach in Izmir, Turkey, and was only 12 months old and measured about a meter in length. The night before they found it, there was a big storm as well. Fairy tale vibes, anyone? Number 8, the St. Augustine monster. Now, this is an interesting one. The St. Augustine monster is a globster, which is a term referring to an unidentified animal mass that washes up on a beach and results in cryptozoologists having a field day speculating about sea monsters. This particular one we're talking about was found by a couple of young boys in Florida in November 1896. Yes, my friends, we go way back with this one. While the boys in the beginning assumed it was a whale, the founder of the St. Augustine Historical Society and Institute of Science came to the conclusion it was actually a giant octopus. Guess what? After years of speculation on what it was exactly, in 2004 we got the final answer. It was a whale. Number 9, a robot hand. This piece of sci-fi fiction was discovered on a beach near Great Kills Park Beach in New York. We do not know how a robotic hand came to be washed ashore, and we also don't know which robot it belonged to, and for crying out loud, is a robot okay? Or was there a secret battle going on between robots and superheroes that we're not going to hear about? Was this a good robot or a bad robot? We need some answers. Number 10, rubber ducks. That just goes to prove the sea is in reality a super big bathtub. And what does a super big bathtub need? Why, 28,000 rubber ducks, of course. What else? A container that was carrying these and lost them in 1992, but to this day, many of them still survive and make a delightful appearance now and then on a beach. In fact, members of the friendly floatees, which is the cute name given to the rubber ducks, have been discovered on the shores of Hawaii, Alaska, South America, Australia, the Pacific Northwest, and even the Arctic ice. They even became the subject of a book which is called, are you ready? Moby Duck. Well, there you have it for today, the top 10 strangest things that have washed up on the beach. Which one did you find strangest and why? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget, give it the thumbs up, and then subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications so you'll know all of our newest videos first. We'll see you next time.